What's up? Gonna do some more board hauls. I've watched my first video back again. As cringe worthy as it was. It's a cool no effect sticker. And I did 60 boards in that video. Lobo sticker. The main man with a little bit of a comb down. Ramon sticker. Ripping the street plant. Street scoundrel wheels. Street plant. Old pigs. Polar force. Of this board I'll be showing. How iconic is that? Old pal. Some Ed stuff. Which is always cool art. And I wanted to go over some hoodies. I figured I would do like a haul of Temu hoodies. Order a bunch of them and then show them to you guys. So I did such. So let's get a few hoodies. Damn. How could you not like that hoodie? Just a traditional Misfits skull. So like an extra large. It was like $11, I think. $11. Put them on these. I thought it would be easier than taking them out of a package. A Death Wish. These are not branded. I don't know how they get away with not. It is what it is. A little bit of skull on the hoodie. I thought this was pretty cool. Spitfire. Spitfire on the front, and then on the back, it's got the big Spitfire. Like I said, not branded. Kind of a huge front graphic play on maybe the screaming hand into the Joker. Strange. I thought this was kind of weird, but dope at the same time. Ramon's hoodie. I believe it was $11 too. It's like all these hoodies are like pretty cheap. Thought I'd get a Metallica hoodie. It was a great album too. A yellow no effects hoodie again. It is what it is. A white zombie hoodie. It seems like with bands and stuff, they're just never ending barrage. I guess White Zombie's not together anymore. And I thought this was kind of weird. Picked up a primitive hoodie. It says primitive skateboards. I literally have the skateboard. Primitive. I guess it's not the same font as what Hold It the Right Way Sucker. A primitive board is the 825. And it's made in China, and so is this. So I don't know if they have a deal. I don't. This is a primitive hoodie that I got from Temu, and I thought this one was weird when I seen it. It is like a spoof on the Ripper, but it's like Jason Voorhees. Weird. I spent way too much on hoodies, but I don't think the quality's bad, and they're pretty fun graphics for what they are. Like I said, this is a. I'm sorry, did I say that this was made in China? It is made in Mexico. So this is a bareback. You're never gonna get a mixed bag, but these primitive skateboards are good skateboards. You know, P Rod knows what he's doing when it comes to making skateboards, be it from here or there or from everywhere. I did want to say one thing. When I was younger, I went to a firm demo with the Korea brothers and Lance Mountain and Ray Barbie. And when they got there and got out of the van, Lance had, I guess, cut and whittled down these Ray Barbie's wheels on his skateboard into squares. And I remember Ray getting out of the van and putting his board down to skate and falling, and Lance chuckling, and everybody else did too. And I always wondered about that, if that was something they did at every park, or if that was, I think it was Ray Barbie's birthday, maybe. I'm not sure, but it was a very memorable thing to hear Lance talk about how he whittled these wheels down to squares as a joke for Ray Barbie. It was pretty cool. I really got like the firm. They were a really good company. So let's look at a board or two. I know I showed that primitive. But here we have a big dog. This board is 9.5, and it is a Louis Barletta. And it's like a preppy sweater. The clear stain on the bottom does no justice. Look at that shape. Jeremy Klein. It's the typical older school shape, which I absolutely dig. I'm stuck in that era, you know? I'm stuck in the era of bigger, bigger to smaller, eggy shaped, huge nosed boards. Yeah, but I'm happy with skating any of the technology that's been coming out. It's pretty dope. I know Andy Anderson's been doing some innovative and different things. His new baby Heron is a pretty weird symmetrical board, which will get under my feet soon. I have one of those over here. This next board is from Maxilor, and it's called Acid Trip. It's a no, this is a Maxilor, but this is a Alex. Um, I was really happy when I got this. This isn't the board that I ordered. It's got the little martini glass on the Maxilor, purple top. I believe it's an 8. But this isn't the one that I ordered. But I was happy when I got it because the graphics are so washed and it's Markovich-ish and toddlerish. I don't know. I don't want to discredit any of it. The graphic is dope. I mean, it's crazy. See that dude right there? What's he doing? Is he on fire? Dig it. Not sure exactly what it is. If somebody wants to comment and tell me exactly what's that in the chain. Uh, Maybe I'm not looking at it right. I wear my nerd glasses. Um, I talked about getting that tired board from Mom's. Well, of course, I had to get one of their shop boards, and this is one of their bombers. It's Xenomorph is the name of it. Um, it doesn't do it justice from this angle, looking at the shape, but once I turn it over, it will. But it's got these planes, dive bombs, and then the Xenomorph at the end, Geiger type. But then you turn it over and look at that. That's a pool explosion deck right there. You could say it could be cruised, but it's too big. Dig the shape. I really do dig the shape. Yeah, like I said, you would think that it would be a cruise shape, but it's more pool shape. And it's made in Canada, you know. So that's cool. And here we have a Rogers deck, and it's got a pink top stain cut in half with white. So maybe they're half forgiven. When the pink drops, make it stop. Some people like that pink top stain. What I said before, this is Rogers with the hamburger skate company, and there's the what the pros would ride if their sponsors would let them. I always thought that always gave me a chuckle. Ugh. But anyway, it's got a hamburger on it. I dig that. The little icky face. I remember growing up with that guy. He was telling you to eat and drink stuff under your sink. And this is the old cornfield Husker being from Indiana, I guess. That's what you get. Corn husk. Excuse me. But yeah, it's got the little licky guy. I like boards like this because the graphic is kind of psychedelic and uniform, and you don't give too much of a shit when you lip slide it. I tell you, soon all my videos are going to be just me skating. Okay, now this is one of my favorite dudes. I talked about. I got so many of his boards because he's such a rad dude. Sasha Daly. This is another shaped board. I believe it's called the Demon. Some kind of rat with. Oh, yeah. I don't know if it. Yeah, it's a demon. 3D. It's kind of the same thing upside down. It's demon. But check out this shape. You know, it's sort of what I just looked at with the moms, minus the fished out flat tail. Definitely a killer board if you want something to stand on. You know, sometimes you get more confidence on a bigger board. Then it kick flips off of sets of stairs. You get more confidence on a bigger board. I will kickflip big sets of stairs on a 7.5 or a 7.63, I think's what I ride now. I got a 7.63 and a 7.75 set up. I've been trying to get more into freestyle skateboarding. I actually have two decks right now. Let me go ahead and show you them. I'll show you one of them. This board is a bareback board, and I don't know if you can see if it's called the Quadrant by Element. It is a 7.3. So if I was to take the Sasha and turn it around and take this board, stick it here, you could see how much. I mean, and she's tiny. She's a tiny board. Let me tell you the specs on it. But getting into the road of freestyling, which is what I would like to start doing. I always liked Ollie Impossibles, different variations of pressure flips. Uh, it's a lot of territory I've never been in. Uh, just with primo stands, coconut wheelies. I've never done that kind of thing. And a lot of stationary. Being a street skater, I'm always trying to go very fast to my destination and over and onto my obstacles. So to be standing around, it's hard for me to say anything that's not disrespectful, not piddling around or finger fucking around, I mean, it's actually skateboarding and it's not easy. But this board, I believe, is going to get me on the road there. I had one set up and I was about to start skating it. I had some tensors on it with some Black Powell. I think they were 50s, but a buddy wanted to buy it for his daughter. So I gave it to him for like $50. But that's cool, I mean, I think with a 8, here's the specs on this. It is a 8.3 by 29.48, with a 13.18 wheelbase. And the nose is, does that say what I think it says? Well, the tail is 5.5 inches and the nose is 6 inches. So for a double kick, I think to incorporate street and freestyle, I think this would be a great board. Who couldn't do frickin' forward spin kickflip with this tiny little? It's not that tiny. When after the big board phase in my era, I think Alien were the first to just go so like 7.5 or below, and coming from like new schools, uh, it was just something else. But I dug it. I still do. Those boards are highly sought after. But the biggest thing about this is trucks. I would say decomposed skateboard would be the way to go if you're trying to build a collection or you're trying to build a good freestyle board. They're knowledgeable and they have a lot of selections. Oh, so try that out. Okay. This is a popular size 838. Everybody wants an 838. I guess that for a time with my 763, that was it. I was just on that, and that was. And you could get those in, before I was on Gash and getting my 763s made just for me. I was getting 763 Pro boards. I can't tell you who and why I took that route, except for the fact that I feel comfortable on it. This Nick Garcia is great because we're both nerds. He's more psychedelic than me. Another element. Thank you, Zoomies. I'll consider Zoomies the the go-to, but sometimes they do ridiculous things, and I can smell a bargain. Anyway, I have an ATM, a blue ATM. I talked to a person that commented, and he was asking me about talking about warped boards and how would I know if a board's warped. And I figured I would show you. Who doesn't like an ATM? The top graphic is so cool. They give you this little sticker. Soon I'll be taking all these boards out of the shrink, and I've just hooked up with this company. I can't even remember the name, Aragas or Oregon or something. I don't know. Look up polybags, skateboard polybags. They'll come up. But they have these Ziploc polybags that are like acid free and they're ziplocked. Yeah, they're like $22 for 20. So I have 14 million skateboards. So that's just in polybags. How much of a donation do I want from you? Zero. Uh, Everything. That board, that madness board that set up is right here. This is the one that has those ceramic bearings in them, and the wheels will barely roll. The on a hill, I got some indies on there, and this that has the steep kick. You can tell the nose is kicked. And these are the A cut POW wheels. Like I said, I had the C cut. The riding surface on these are so much bigger, and I think that's what I want to get is a fatter riding surface wheel. And my bearings are important now because either I'm retarded in my pumping or I've been losing crazy speed. And after I switched over to those fake Temu Bone Swiss, it got somewhat better. I didn't have to whatever push push at the park when nobody else needed to. This is a 9 board. It has Rick Decors on it. You can see the name in there somewhere. Ricta's name's in there. It's probably right there where that bubble looking thing is. But like I said, I like to put my graphics on the outside of the board because I really enjoy ruining them fast because I already know what wheel they are. Do you need to know? This is a 9 board. This is going to be a Kirby. No, this is Slappy's. This has got Slappies on. So get some Slappies. I haven't got to grind them yet. This is all stuff I want to do reviews for. I got 2 more boards with those other bearings in them that I'm gonna do reviews on. Okay, I got a few more little boards here, little tiny skateboards, little ones, fingerboards. This legendary skateboarder. If you've never seen his parts, you want to see a front Nollie 3. Dude's got, it's kind of like the space in the back of his name. It is A8 because, he rides eights. Watch his Bob shirt. It's BBS. You got like boards that say it right on there. Schmidt stick or BBS, or they got the sticker, the hologram sticker, which this one does not. And I swear on the bottom it says made in Mexico. It's made to endure. I have 50,000 element boards. And you know why. Eights are good boards. I mean, my transition of skating, I don't just skate a 7.6. Right now I'm skating that Andy and it's 9.3 or 9.1 or something. That enjoys 9. Not that I'm skating these yet, but I'm not afraid to skate a 9. Am I going to be doing 360 flips? Yes. Is it going to make my 360 flips better on my smaller board? Absolutely. But why stop at 360 flips? We're going to make some skateboarding on this channel here soon. Wait till I show you some of my friends at the park, man. Get Matt Haynes and me to film some stuff. We'll be floating or falling. You can guarantee that. This next board comes with a disclaimer. It's a 825 31 by 93, which is a very odd number. Didn't want to take it to 32. 31 and 93 with the wheelbase of 14.3. We talked about wheelbases, and like I said, I enjoyed that Raven Torche because it goes below 14 on the tradition. So does that Deerdick. I know that the Deerdick has the double drilled nose, so you can either be on 14 or off 14. And I was always off 14 as a kid. I was like, maybe that's why I dug it. I remember doing nollie laser flips, and but at that time there was no such thing as a laser flip, and I was doing the nollie 360s with the heel flips. I remember just digging that board. I was a big one-footed ollie guy. Anyway, you might know this. It's got a great top graphic and a disclaimer on it that says skateboard is dangerous and you will die if you ever try skateboarding. Your best bet is not to try without the proper instructions. And I'm not talking about Braille. If you want to learn how to ollie, I will do a 4-minute tutorial. You do not need to buy a whole set of tapes for $47,000. An ollie is an ollie. The biggest thing about an ollie doesn't happen in one day. You work on it. You go out and you work a little bit, and then the next day when you work, the work from the day before helps you to work a little bit better and a little bit more, even if you're not even ollieing. And visualization. Don't be afraid to take your time and understand why and what and foot placement. Don't be afraid to try different foot placement. I can do a kickflip here. I'm going to do a kickflip here. I'm going to put my foot all the way at the top of my nose and do a kickflip. I'm going to put the foot all the way at the back and do a kickflip. That way, situationally, if you get thrown into any situation, you might be able to kickflip into something or kickflip out of something. If you kickflip into something and you're grinding and your foot's all wonky. I don't know if you've seen Garrett Genner and a few other people do these 50-50 grinds on rails, I believe round rails, and they do 360 flips out. If you look at their 360 flips and their foot placement, so wonky, so crazy, but it flips so nice. So, yeah, I'm sure it took a lot of tries. You didn't just fly up there and do that. They didn't have to have a tutorial. They were hands-on, and it probably took a minute. Any which way, this is a Evan Smith board. You can see him there, blurry with white. He's playing a guitar. This is Evan Smith. I really dig Uma Landsled. I think that's pretty good. He is playing there is his name Starhead Body, and then maybe done he's done with it. He's no, but I don't think so. He's a gifted individual. If you've never seen Evan skate, come in. Very good, dude. Okay, this is the last board for tonight. This weekend board. Aloof. I don't know, maybe we can do 3 more boards. This is a 8-5. It is made by someone in Mexico that we all know and love, Professor. And I've got a few that were warped. But like I said, you have that this board is not, I like weekend boards. It's got a fat nose. It's got the nice little WK&D in Cincinnati, and we can get in here with this graphic. I think it looks pretty dope. Day and night, I don't know what the heck it is. Some horses and crap. Yeah, so we are going to go over, before I show you 3 other boards, how to tell a warped board. There's always an easy way of laying it on the table. That way I can't show you at this particular time. But I have 2 warped boards here. They go into my warped board pile, and I do grip tape art on them. Here's one board that I did grip tape art on, because it's probably never gonna see the light of day. Look at that nose. It's not a Grasso frickin' original. Come on now. Why would you twist me up like that? They did throw it in for free because it was warped. And I've tried recently to get the same board because I want it. And I did show you one of these boards. This one is the Legacy Series Martillo. And it is a little bit of grip art on here. Now, an easy way for me to show you the warpedness of this board would be to take the front wheels and the back wheels wells and put them together. And about there you can see how one side's sticking up a little bit. You can see how this part of the tail on the back side, this part here should match up with the top of this wheel well. This part of the tail and this part of the wheel well and this part of the tail and this part of the wheel well should all match up. So when it goes down, Both of these should match up at the same time. Well, obviously I'm retarded. Any which way. This board is so twisted. It's so twisted that it's unrideable. Like if you were to put trucks and wheels on it, if you were to put trucks and wheels on it, the the wheels wouldn't stay on the ground. There would always be one wheel up. See if we can do something with this one and see the warp in it. Okay, now you see the left tail is like there, but the right side isn't. And the tail's tweaked sideways. Which is a real bummer. You can do it this way too. You can kind of see the tweaked sideways. And like I said, the easiest way to do it is to actually lay it on a table because it will go back and forth. Well, that really didn't accomplish anything. Okay, we'll go through these flight decks. And here is Andy's baby heron. I thought I would put my helmet on to review this board, which I will be doing a review on this flight deck because I'm gonna skate the crap out of it. It's symmetrical. I've never skated a symmetrical board. I showed you a thank you symmetrical. I got a few different symmetricals. This is definitely the weirdest, the most expensive. But it's super light, super cool. And this is Andy's egg. And this be symmetrical too. So I believe I have a set of indies. Those indies I showed you with the little smokies on them. I'm probably gonna hook those up. Here is a dip purple Andy, dipped black. Some kind of skull on there. And of course the POW logo with Andy's head on there. The real crazy nose. And what they said that looked like a penis at one time. Yikes. And then I had to have the original, of course, because I believe this is the best colorway. The yellow, red, the yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, teal. He put a lot of work into this. This is a flight deck too, which if you know anything about flight decks, the top graphics made of carbon fiber, so to countersink your bolts in there, it's a little hard. You know, you might want to drill them out a little bit. One good thing about those Madness impact boards, they pre-sunk the carbon fiber part, so you can just stick your bolt in there and you don't have to freaking crank it down into the carbon fiber. Another thing that Madness does, like, think of this board here, and I'm not crapping on this. This board's got a great graphic. There's nothing perforated out on it. I know some of them had metal flake in it. Top graphics null because it's carbon fiber. Totally understandable. But those Madnesses have like a raised edge. They have their logo down here that's raised. They have side print. They're what I heard individually molded, which I'm sure these are too. Um they take so much time for the top print. They always have the Madness logo all the way through. Sometimes it says Madness all the way across. In the consumer market of getting cheap products, I don't think companies take the time to do that. You know, you're not talking about a company that just grabbed a board and shoved a sticker on it and tried to pimp it out the back door. If you've never seen the riders for Madness, they're absolutely amazing. They go fast, they go big. You know, there's a lot of love in there, and I'm glad to be somewhat a supporter of it. So I told you last time I wear big clunky shoes. Here's my DVSs that I've been skating lately with the yellow because they protect my little tootsies. Look at that big tongue. It's tongue for day. I wish I could talk to you guys forever, but uh, I wish I could go over warped boards better than that and show you. It didn't look like anything, especially maybe from the people that I told them they were warped. I've sent him pictures. We've talked. I don't like to talk shit, and I don't like rip people off. I love every one of everybody. So, how was your day? Have you ate today? You're my queen. Don't get romance scammed any which way. Do what you do and do it well. Later.